From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, as I record this early in the morning, it looks like the latest forecast smoke is expecting to see some smoke haze making its way into the valley. Now, this is expected what it looks like at about 8 o'clock this morning. So you see the yellows, we're seeing the darker yellows, even a little bit of orange in there. What that is kind of in between the hazy and moderate smoke. So what this tells me is that I think we're going to smell some smoke this morning. And we've got this smoke kind of coming in here from the north and west. Now, as we take you into about the noon hour, I think we're still going to see some of that haze kind of lingering around, and some of us may still be smelling some of that smoke in the valley. But you'll notice it's not as bad for Siskiyou, Modoc, or even parts of Lassen or Plumas counties. Now we'll take you into the afternoon, and it looks like we're going to see another plume of smoke come in from the west, in particular for Red Bluff, Willows, and even Chico. That's 9 o'clock tonight. And then you can see from the fires up to the north and west here, some of that coming its way into the north end of the valley, places like Redding, possibly seeing some of that smoke. So it looks like later tonight, the smoke may be a little bit more dense and the air quality may be getting a little bit more worse. Then we go into Friday morning about 2 a.m., so most of us are asleep, but we're seeing more smoke moving on in early in the morning. And then we take you into Friday morning at 8 a.m., it looks like it's starting to dissipate. Now, this is also when we start to see the chances for showers and thunderstorms moving in. And this should help to kind of clean some of that smoke out of the air. Now, keep in mind, when the smoke starts to move in today and even tomorrow, that it's coming from fires that have been burning for quite a while. And we haven't been seeing smoke from those fires because the upper level wind patterns haven't been favorable for the smoke to move in. But now they are, and that's why we saw smoke a few days ago. That's where we're probably going to see more smoke over the next couple of days as well. All right, so here's the deal. Kind of outside of the smoke and the fires, we're talking about a big cool down on Friday with showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. And then dry and mild for the second half of your Labor Day weekend. At least that's what I'm thinking for now. And I'll show you what I'm talking about a little bit later here. But here is your hour-by-hour forecast for the valley. Now, this is not taking into account some of the haze and smoke that we will see in the valley here. Otherwise, we are going to see some clouds coming in this afternoon because a weak disturbance will be passing through. However, I think it's a little bit too dry for the valley to really see much in the way of rain today. But again, we'll take a look at Futurecast here in a second. Temperatures not as warm today as they were yesterday. Now we'll take a look at the mountains, and there you can see, look at this. You see the little raindrops coming out of it? Yeah, there's a chance for some showers here this afternoon for the mountains, even the eastern mountains as well. Not entirely out of the question for a thunderstorm, although I don't think the dynamics are there really to support the thunderstorm activity here, but we can't rule out a straight thunderstorm as well. All right, let's take a look at that cooler air to our north. That will be cooling down to the south over the next 12 to 24 hours, and that's going to be the big drop in our temperatures here for tomorrow. Not to mention on Saturday. But by Sunday, that scoots off to the east, things begin to warm up a bit, but not by a whole lot. Because you see what's parked up to our north? We've got one storm after another. That's a cold storm that's going to be moving through Canada and a bit of the Pacific Northwest as well. What that's doing is keeping this heat, which is building, is keeping it from building into Northern California. So as a result, yes, we're going to see temperatures increase after Friday and Saturday, but we'll probably keep those temperatures below normal for this time of the year. All right, let's talk about that rain now. So there's that disturbance I was talking about. See how it's pushing through. Now, this is going to bring rain. I think a decent chance for some rain for Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and even Lassen and Plumas counties. But you see how it's entering the picture for parts of the valley as well? So if Redding sees a stray sprinkle or a light shower this afternoon, don't be surprised. But I don't think it's going to amount to much because it's so dry out there. We got to really saturate the atmosphere before we start seeing any decent rainfall amounts. So what's going to happen is most likely is a lot of that rain will evaporate before reaching the ground. That being said, again, we can't rule out that stray sprinkle or light shower later this afternoon. All right, now we're going to take you into Friday. Now, look what's happening. You see how we're seeing this kind of rotation, this spin in the atmosphere? Now, remember that cooler air I talked about. That's an upper area of low pressure, which will be parked right on top of Northern California. So think of that low being right here, and then all of the energy kind of rotating around that area of low pressure. So we're going to see that, where some of these storms are going to be kind of moving in this direction. So it depends on where you are. It'll depend on the direction that these storms are moving. Now, you can see at this point, almost everyone has seen that chance for thunderstorms. The valley, the mountains, even the inland areas eventually, and eventually even the coast too. Okay, but again, you see that rotation around the area of low pressure. This is 6 o'clock. As we go into Friday, we're seeing more showers and more thunderstorms in the forecast. And then it looks like by Friday night, we start to see some of the activity break apart, and we're looking at drier conditions. So we look at futurecast going into Saturday. Now we're looking at the long-range forecast model. And this in particular is the GFS, or the American forecast model that we're looking at. So all the models agree that we could see another round of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. Okay, so what that's going to do is bring us more rain in the forecast. All right, now we take you into your Sunday. Now, Sunday, this particular forecast model dries us out. However, if you were looking at the European forecast model, it would be bringing some activity here for the northern mountains and the eastern mountains as well, with really nothing in the valley. Now, as of right now, I'm going to keep that out of the forecast. I'm going to wait for one more day of consistency before I include that into the forecast. But Monday through next week looks like it is going to be finally dry again and warming up a bit, but still most likely below normal for this time of the year. Now, the rainfall totals, yeah, they're looking pretty impressive, especially in these areas right here in Siskiyou County, northern Trinity County as well. But even the valley is going to be looking at the potential for some accumulating rain as well. Now, with that all being said, you saw where most of the rain is expected to be. So these thunderstorms, as they move through, some of them could produce heavy amounts of rainfall in a long period of time. And what I mean by that is some of them could be slow-moving storms. So what we've got here in western Siskiyou County, northern Trinity County, for Thursday night, tonight through the day on Friday, there's a flash flood watch for all of the areas in green here. Now, for places in Trinity County, what we're looking at here is mainly the river complex, the area around the river complex, burn scar area that we're concerned about. And for Siskiyou County, the McKinney and Head burn scar areas are a concern. So not only could we see the potential for some localized flooding in these areas, but with those burn scarred areas, we could be looking at the potential for some mudslides and debris flows. So these are things you need to keep in mind, especially if you're going to be traveling on Highway 299 in Trinity County. High alert. Be prepared for the potential for a mudslide or a debris flow if we see some of that heavier rainfall over some of those areas. So that's something you need to really be mindful of if you do need to travel on Friday during those storms. All right, so let's take a look at today and what we can expect here for today. Those temperatures will be in the low 90s, low to mid 90s for the valley. Now you'll notice we've just got the clouds in there. There could be some haze in there as well, and maybe a stray sprinkle or light shower in Redding. Otherwise, most of the shower activity will be in Siskiyou County, Modoc County, not to mention the eastern mountains as well. And we can't rule out a thunderstorm. It might be overdoing it for Chester, but you get the idea. There could be a stray thunderstorm out there this afternoon as well, but I think it'll be mainly in the form of just some scattered showers out there for this afternoon and not to mention this evening. So we look at your 7-day outlook, and this is looking at Mount Shasta. There you can see that chance for today, and then better chances for thunderstorms for Friday, Saturday. And now for now, I'm keeping it dry for Sunday for everyone. So it looks like maybe the second half of your Labor Day weekend could be dry. That being said, keep a lookout later this afternoon or this evening, and I may be including a chance for showers on Sunday for some of the mountains. Be on the lookout for that. It's not out of the question. But for now, I'm trying to remain optimistic, especially for those of you who do have plans for the Labor Day weekend. Can at least hope for a dry second half of it. And of course, looks like El Tourist and Susanville, same situation as Mount Shasta City as far as the chances for showers and thunderstorms. Now, the thunderstorms really won't be here until Friday and Saturday for the valley. Now, as I mentioned, maybe a stray sprinkle or light shower for Redding. Otherwise, it's dry. And then again, mainly dry conditions here for your Sunday and your Labor Day. And that'll continue into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week as well. Now, what we're also seeing here is mentioning those cooler temperatures for Friday, Saturday. Temperatures will increase. We'll be back up to about 90 come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.